Hey y'all, what's going on? I'm here for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Season 3, Episode 1. Look, I know I didn't give y'all part 2 to, the Atlanta reunion last week or whatever, but y'all already knew how I felt about that bullshit in part 1. Okay? Like, that whole format and everything, like, really pissed me off. So, Mona, don't do that shit ever again. And I mean that shit, okay? Something else I wanted to tell y'all before we get started. My cousin, um, she has a free code or whatever for this app called Lyft. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but it's like Uber or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And she said that you could get like up to like I think 50 dollars worth of credits or whatever for a ride and everything. This, that, and the third. So. It might come in handy to you guys. You never know. You might get caught out there and you might need, a ride. So I definitely will, if you're interested or whatever, I definitely will put the code in the description box or whatever, where my social media and stuff is at. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So we have Ray J and Princess Love. They're doing a photo shoot for this magazine in regards to their wedding or whatever. Um Ray J's mom, Miss Sonia, she pulls Ray J to the side as they do some single shots of Princess Love, and pretty much she's pretty much like it ain't gonna be no wedding unless y'all sign this prenup, and she had the prenup in hand. I was like, now I don't know, is it me or do y'all feel like she overstepping her boundaries? Like, I understand, she's Ray J's manager as well as she's been Brandy's manager over the years or whatever, this then third. But do y'all feel like with the situation like this is Ray J's love life or whatever, do y'all feel like she kind of overstepping her boundaries for her to be the one to actually not? I mean, it's one thing to suggest, but there's another thing to have the documents in hand saying, here you go, son, make sure you and your soon-to-be wife sign these papers, otherwise it's not going to be a wedding. I mean, I'm just like, I don't know. I just feel like she kind of overstepping her boundary. I feel like Mama Sonia kind of overstepping her boundaries a little bit. I mean, if y'all feel otherwise, y'all can let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I just feel like she shouldn't be the one to, be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? But and she also, brings up, the fights and, the behavior that Ray J has had since he's been with Princess Love and everything, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, well, wait a minute now, Mama Sonia. Don't sit up here and try to blame your son's behavior all on Princess Love, because his behavior has been questionable way before she came along. I'm just saying, okay? But yeah. Anyways, moving on from that, we get Moniece and Fizz. Apparently they're living together. Fizz is I think he said like a gas pipe leaked or whatever in his house or whatever, which caused, like a state of emergency evacuation and everything. But my thing is, Moniece is the only person you could find to live with. I mean, it wasn't nobody else in LA that you could have. Okay, I guess, she's laying some ground rules for him, and he's kind of doing the same with her or whatever. And she says that she don't want Brandy or Max in her house or whatever, this, that, and the third. And Fizz is like, come on, Max my boy, you need to move past that or whatever. And I'm just like hell she do. Like, I was just like, the girl, Brandy came at her parenting skills on last year's reunion, and then her posse looked like as if they was about to sit up here and try to jump Moniece. And you want her to just move past it like that shit won't nothing? Like, oh, I think not. I mean, maybe she could be cordial with her, you know what I'm saying? Like if they, are at parties, in the same setting or whatever, this, then third. But as far as having her in her house, like, no. Like, what the fuck you think this is? Like, but anyways, yeah, like, I feel like that whole shit last year was just some real fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying Moniece is all innocent and everything, but that whole shit last year was some fuck shit. And, oh, Fizz's hair. I mean, I guess I could to do here. It kind of looked like maybe he was trying to do some Bobby Brown type of shit with that hairstyle he had, but it's not. Fizz, it's not working for you, baby. It's not. I just no, no. I don't even know what to say about the shit. I don't even know, so I'm gonna just move on. We get Nikki Baby. She's throwing a party for her like clothing line or whatever. Brandy, Nia, Shonda, and Tierra, they're also there or whatever. Nia, she's saying Nia looks good, by the way. I mean, she was never ugly or whatever, but she looks really good this season. Am I the only one who thinks that? But anyways, she, she's saying that her and Soldier Boy are in the good place or whatever. Well, at least not no more, because recently, if you guys haven't seen that, her and Soldier Boy been going at it on social media yet again. Child, whatever. But anyways, yeah, so also Shonda, Willie's wife, she says that she wants to focus on music. I guess like everybody else on this show, is either music or a clothing line. I mean, I guess. But anyways, and I don't even know if she sings or if she raps. She probably sings, I guess, or whatever. But anyways, Nia, she invites them to like her mommy event or whatever, and Moniece, she reveals that Moniece is also helping her host it and everything. And of course, Brandy is like, even though her and Moniece have issues or whatever, this, then third, she's going to go to support Nia and everything. So Brandy tells Tierra and Nikki about what Moniece said on social media, talking about something that Moniece was threatening her and her son or whatever. I'm like, once she read the text or whatever, and then I went and looked up, the whole, I mean, not the text, the post or whatever. I went, on my phone or whatever to look up, the post as well to, double check so I could actually visually, see it and everything. And I'm like, bitch, she ain't threatening your son. She threatened your ass. Okay? She threatened you. See, I hate when people sit up here and try to use their kids as an excuse to, like, pop off on somebody or, fight somebody. If you want to fight her or pop off on her because she came at you directly, then just say that. But don't sit up here and use your kid as an excuse to, pop off or confront her or whatever you gotta do. I'm just saying, I was like, girl, bad. Anyways, what else happened? Okay, so we get Shonda, Willie, and Nikki. They're at Nikki's, club or whatever, and they're watching Willie practice, for the movie Chocolate City 2. I don't even think I've seen the first one. But anyways, like I said, he's practicing for that, and I'm confused as to why, Nikki had to be there to watch him practice for the movie or whatever. But I mean, I guess. But she leaves or whatever, and Shonda is starting to talk about her music career or whatever, and how she wants to get back in the studio with this guy named Blaze. And Willie, he kind of don't trust it because Blaze in the past has made passes at Shonda or whatever, and she pretty much tells him, like, look, I'm a grown ass woman, I can handle myself, and on top of that, I'm a grown ass married woman, so whatever. They kind of leave it at that. They're at the mommy's brunch or whatever, Moniece and Nia, they go over to where Tierra and Brandy is at and everything, and Brandy had said something to her. I forgot what Brandy had said, but that's when Moniece was like, oh really, I'm a mom or whatever, like, because I thought I was kicked out the mommy's club or whatever, because see, what you did was, speak on my mothering skills, and you don't even know me or whatever. So things kind of start to get escalated. Like Brandy started like going back and forth with her. Brandy ends up getting up or whatever. Moniece looked like she about ready to go at it too, and so of course security comes in between them and everything. Nia, she's over it. She tells both of them bitches to sit the hell down and to talk like grown ass women. So, Moniece is pretty much expressing herself. Brandy is kind of cutting her off because she wants to get straight to the, Instagram post that Moniece, said where she thought that Moniece was threatening her son or whatever. So, Moniece is like, well, let me tell you this. I wasn't threatening your son. I would never threaten the child. She was like, that post was for your ass. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, but if you took it that way, then I give you my sincerest apologies. But I don't. But she was like, but I don't want an apology from you because I don't feel like you understand, how you made me feel, whatever, this, that, and third. And I think Brandy, I guess, apologized or whatever. But Moniece was just kind of over it at that point, and she walked out. And I don't really blame her too much because if y'all see my reviews on the Hollywood reunions last year or whatever, y'all already know I don't really care for Brandy too much. I'm just saying. But anyways, we get Fizz or whatever. Oh no, not Fizz. I'm sorry. Skipping the scene. Ray J and Princess. They're going to look at cars or whatever, I guess, for like gifts or something like that, so they can wrap it up in some bows or whatever. He brings up the prenup or whatever, and she was like, why are you talking about a prenup all of a sudden, this, that, and the third? And she was like, you think we're going to get a divorce or something like that? And he was like, no, I think we're going to be together forever, but it's just something to protect the both of us or whatever. And, it's kind of hard to explain, the benefits of a prenup when you have somebody who's against it, you know what I'm saying? And Princess Love, of course, she tells him that she's against it and she's against it and everything, this, that, and the third. Some people may feel like, nah, it's because she a gold digger or whatever. I mean, I kind of would have to side that in this particular situation. I kind of would have to side that Princess Love a little, just a little bit or whatever. But I know people that are, against prenups and everything. And, personally, me, I wouldn't be against a prenup or whatever, especially because I already know, have a career and everything, this, that, and third, and I would want to be, protected too. I want protection for the both of us. So if something, it's not saying that it is going to happen, but if we should get divorced, I want us both to walk out with what, walk away with whatever we came in with in the marriage and what we accumulated over time in the marriage, separate or whatever, this, that, and third. But like I said, it's hard to explain to somebody who's just like either against it or they just want to be a gold digger, whatever. But yeah, so she feels like that his mom has something to do with him feeling this way or whatever, this, that, and the third, and that if she got to sign a prenup, she ain't gonna marry him. So that's that. Moving on, we get Fizz and Nikki Baby or whatever. He thinks Nikki doesn't miss him or whatever, and he's just getting that vibe and everything. And she was like, I was with you the other day, and he was like, one day, is one day a week is not good enough or whatever. And, she was like, I don't know why, Fizz is tripping and everything. Like, me and Fizz both have been dating, other people or whatever. I didn't know that he was, trying to be, get serious and everything. And so, she asks him what he wants or whatever. And, he tells her and everything. And she was like, so, do you want a key to my place or whatever? And he's like, yeah. And she was like, well, let me get a key to your place too. And that's when the bullshit come. He was like, nah. Like, let's take it slow like you said or whatever. I'm like, ain't this some bullshit right here? So, pretty much Nikki doesn't know about the fact that Fizz is living with Moniece and everything. And he feels like until she gets more serious about him, he's not going to tell her or whatever. I'm just like, we'll get to that. Fizz, Soulja Boy, and Willie. So, Soulja Boy, he says he's, about to drop a new album. I mean, I guess. What else happened? Willie, he pretty much tells them about, the Blaze guy or whatever, how his wife wants to work with him again, and, the situation that happened where, Blaze tried to make a pass at her, on numerous occasions, and, Fizz tells him, like, you gotta trust her. You know what I'm saying? But Soldier Boy, on the other hand, is like, you gotta go check it out or whatever, this, then, third. So Willie is pretty much trying to weigh his options and everything or whatever on what he should do. Tierra, Nikki, and Moniece. So Tierra, she's trying to, call a peace treaty between Nikki and Moniece. And Nikki, she pretty much feels like it was a misunderstanding between them or whatever. And Monique says she doesn't want to harbor hate for anyone in her life at this point. Tierra feels like that Rich was pretty much the reason why that, it caused a beef between them or whatever. And Monique said that, Rich was pretty much looking for a way out. So with you telling him that was like, pretty much his way out and everything. So, that gave him an excuse or whatever. And, Rich, he kind of was looking for a way out. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, whatever, it is what it is. What else happened? Nikki says she wants it to be a mutual understanding between them. They ain't got to be besties or nothing like that. But, because, her and Drew, Fizz or whatever, going to get more serious and everything. She wants them to be able to at least be cordial or whatever. And, Moniece is like, I don't understand how, you can get serious with the guy who's living with his baby mama and everything, this, that, and the third. And, Nikki is shocked because she didn't know this and Fizz didn't tell her. She has the right to be, upset or whatever. Tierra, she's like, what? She like shocked and confused too. And, Monique says, you ain't got to worry about me, fucking him or nothing like that. But I do want his sperm so I can have another baby by him. I said, is this bitch Monique serious? You said you don't want to fuck him, but yet you want to use his sperm. You want to take his sperm and have another baby by him. I said, ooh, girl. I was just like, and she was like, I know Fizz is an asshole and everything, but I can't, forget about how good father he is, and, I want to have another baby with him or whatever. And she was like, I want my kids to look alike. I want my kids to have the same name. And, Tierra was like, bitch, why don't you just have a baby, why don't you just be with somebody else or whatever, have a baby with somebody else? And, Moniece had said something, I forgot what she said, but I was just like, Lord have mercy, Moniece, girl, no. What else happened? Okay, so we get Nikki and Fizz. Nikki, she kind of, being petty or whatever, she brings him a housewarming gift for him and Moniece or whatever. And Fizz saying that he feels like he wasn't a priority or whatever, this, that, and the third. And he explains why he's living with Moniece or whatever, because, he had a gas leak in his house or whatever. And Nikki tells him, like, you need to man up and get your own and all this other stuff. And Fizz is saying that he wants his son to have a sense of what a family is like or whatever, this, that, and third. So that's why I guess apparently he moved in with Moniece. I said, Lord have mercy. Don't tell me he trying to be like Tara from Love and Hip Hop New York. I'm doing it for the kids. Because that's what the shit sound like right now when he said that. Talking about I want my son to have a sense of what a family feels like. But yet you and Moniece ain't together. You want your son to have a sense of what a family feels like, but you and Moniece are not together. Y'all let that sink in. Y'all can still be, he can still have a sense of what family feels like with you not being there, Fizz. I'm just saying, like, girl, child, I can't. So, anyways, what else happened? He gonna sit here talking about like, I feel like I didn't need to tell you because you wasn't trying to make me a priority of this, that, and third. So they going back and forth or whatever. And Nikki drops the bomb about Moniece wanting another baby by him or whatever. And she says, so since she said that, I I got a baby outfit for you or whatever, this then third for y'all new baby and all this other stuff. And I was just like, girl, she is petty for that one. But I mean, she got every right to be upset because it's like, regardless, if you like she said, you was sitting up here talking about how you wanted to be serious with her or whatever. So when you expressed that, you should have let the shit be known right then and there. See, like, Fizz is really starting to piss me off. Well, he been pissing me off since last season, but he really pissing me off because he really is coming off like a fuckboy. Excuse me, y'all, I'm getting got a little parched there. But he really came off like, a fuckboy. Well, he's been coming off like a fuckboy. It's like, I mean, really? It's like I feel like every time somebody says something to him that he don't want to hear, he get defensive or whatever and act like as if that person is in the wrong when it's really him. And it's just like, I'm not here for that shit at all. Like, that was some fuck shit. That was some real fuck shit. Okay, yeah. So the last scene. I'm sorry, I just like that shit just really kind of pissed me off. It's because it's like, I liked Fizz at first, you know what I'm saying? But last season he started to piss me off, and he pissing me off this season too, and I'm not liking it. Anyways, last scene. So we get. I'm really kind of like ticked off with this shit. But anyway, so we get Shonda and Willie. Willie says that he's not going to, go in on Shonda's, studio session with the guy Blaze or whatever. He's going to trust her, but he is going to be in the studio doing his own music or whatever. And some random girl, I forgot the chick's name. I'll have it by next week or whenever. Excuse me. But yeah, this random chick, she drops by and tells Shonda that, her and Willie have been in contact or whatever. And, she shows Shonda the text messages and the phone calls or whatever. And she said that she dated him for, a while. Did she say she dated him 12 years ago, or she been dating him 12 years? I can't remember. But anyways, she said they still be having sex or whatever. And how Willie tried to leave Shonda, when Shonda was pregnant or whatever. So Shonda was like, okay, well, I'm not going to, continue to talk to you about it. I'm going to go talk to my husband. And I respect Shonda for that or whatever, because she really could have popped off on that girl. She really could have. Like, this girl sitting up here coming at her saying, oh yeah, I fucked your mans or whatever, and he's been doing this and doing that, and clearly that about Shonda and everything, you know what I'm saying? So, and you just sitting up here telling her all this stuff, like in a braggish kind of way, not because you really coming to her as a woman and you feel bad for her, but you coming to her in a braggish way. So like I said, I give Shonda credit for, not popping off on her right then and there without talking to her husband first or whatever. So she goes over to to whatever studio that Willie is at, and she asks him about, pretty much she asked him about it or whatever, and that was the end of the episode. We get that cliffhanger or whatever. So we'll find out, I guess, what's gonna happen next week or whatever. But I did watch the live show or whatever. I don't know if you guys watched it or whatever, the VH1 live show, but they were up there, Shonda and Willie, and he did admit that he did mess around with the girl, but he ain't mess around with her for as long as she's trying to claim or whatever. But it don't matter, you still messed around with her, you still stepped outside your marriage. And I feel some kind of way because we stuck up for your ass last season, okay? When Shonda, went behind your back and got back on that damn pole. And you mean to tell me your ass been sitting up here creeping around for however long you've been creeping around outside of your marriage? Like, I'm so disappointed in you, Willie. We all was rooting for you, okay? Like, I really feel some type of way, because we all was, sitting up here getting on Shonda and everything, this, that, and third. And your ass sitting up here, I mean, she's sitting up here taking her clothes off for men and stuff like that. And stuff like that, but you sitting up here slinging your dick in other bitches. Child, I cannot. I can't. I mean, if it's anything that I left out or whatever, y'all, let me know. Or anything y'all want to give y'all opinion on, y'all let me know. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back. Once again, I will leave that code in the description box where my social media is at. And follow me on social media as well. And I will see you guys in the next video.